Hi everyone, this is Ocean Spirit Tarot. Tonight we're going to do a read, if I can get my words out, for the collective. Going to see what's around. I've been picking up two different energies. So one is a past energy that is heavily thinking about you and is in their head, wanting to make things right. They've realised that they've stuffed things up. And the other, and there's Chariot at the bottom, the other one is a new energy, a King of Cups. King of Cups has been coming out for the last few weeks, but he is close, this energy. Male or female, it's someone that is very emotionally open, stable, and doesn't run the moment they feel feelings. So let's see what we have. What comes through? So because I've been picking up on these energies, I thought I would do a reading for the collective and see what comes out, what we need to hear for our highest good. I get a lot, the past energy that is really heavily thinking about you at the moment is stuck up in their head, and it's in and out, goes around and round in a circle. So they probably come towards you if you're in contact with them, and then fear gets to them and they then back away. It's that whole hot and cold energy, because they can't really, and there's Five of Swords, they can't sort of regulate their feelings. They've never had feelings like it before, and whenever they ever have, I think they've just ran and distracted themselves. Sorry. So they're definitely up in their head, but I think the fear gets to them more than anything else, and that's what keeps them. So if you've had someone from the past come back, keep doing you. Don't wait around for them. Don't try and fix them. Just don't wait. Keep living your life, because there's definitely someone good coming through, and it's been shown in the energy a lot lately, like a choice of two different timelines. Do you want to go backwards to someone from the past that was inconsistent, or do you want to move forward and meet someone that is that King of Cups energy? That there's your Three of Swords. That's a heartbreak, pain. A lot of the heartbreak, I feel like, is to do with this past person. Things that I had on a reading the other day of an ego death. They're really starting to see where they went wrong and what they done wrong. And that's part of it. And the moment that they come forward towards you, I think the emotions just come up and it gets the best of them. They get stuck in their head. Too many emotions. I think they have a lot of regret for what they done. I've got to pick that card up. Got the Wheel of Fortune. Wheels turning in your favour, and that's positive change, new cycles. Old cycles closing out. And that's this past energy. I think they can feel that you aren't the same. You're not like how you were before, where they could breadcrumb. They always knew that you were sitting there and you were waiting for them. You're not doing that anymore. You've got your life in order, and I think they can see that. You've changed, and that intimidates them even more. But it's definitely divine timing. You got the Wheel of Fortune, and that's changing. Things have already been changing in your life, and they're changing for the better, as long as you don't go back and get stuck in that past energy with this person, and you keep moving forward. You've got really good things coming through. I don't feel like this past person could ever change. I think the best thing to do doesn't mean you have to shut someone out. You can still care about somebody. You can still talk to them. but don't put your life on hold. Oh my God, they want to keep falling on the ground. That's the Hangman. That's stuck energy. And look, death, rebirth, new beginnings, wheel changing in your favor. This cycle is ending, and that's what the death's here about. Old cycles ending, old timelines ending, and new ones forming. Wait a second. Hangman. Someone's stuck. Someone's in their head. They don't know how to move forward. They think too much. And if this is you that's getting stuck because of this past person coming back and they're hot and cold and you don't know what you've done wrong, I really don't think it's anything that you've done wrong. You probably feel it yourself that this person has a lot of love for you and really does care. At the bottom of the deck of that one's commitment. But they don't know how to regulate their feelings. They don't understand the feelings. They've never felt like that before, which is why they come in, their feelings come up, and then they retreat. They run away. They find something to distract themselves because they can't handle it. They can't control how they feel, and they have to move away. They can't keep coming forward because they can't, then they're out of control. And people like that like to stay in control. And feelings aren't something you can really control. So if that's yourself that feels stuck because you don't really understand why they come forward so quick and then they're backed away and they're so hot and cold, you feel as though it's something that you've done wrong. It's definitely not. This person's confused and they're full of anxiety and they don't really know where to go or what to do. Queen of Wands, and that's you, magnetic, beautiful, in your power. That's you and your independence. And people see that, and I think that's something that brings up that shadow side of this past person, is that they see how good that you're doing for yourself. They see how far that you've come and how much you've grown, and they sort of wish that they could do that themselves. But they're too scared of their shadow side. And underneath this Taurus new moon, I feel like a lot of people are going to start to realize emotions and realize things that they've done wrong. And a lot of people's shadow side is going to start to come up. Illusions are definitely going to be seen, that's for sure. Let's go a layer deeper and see. Because the King of Cups hasn't come out yet. I know he's around. Queen of Swords. Four of Swords. Seven of Cups. Page of Cups and the Eight of Wands. You know, the Queen of Swords is definitely you speaking your truth, and this person from your past, that's part of the thing that scares them the most, is that they know that you see straight through them. They can't use their manipulating games and their tactics on you. They know that you see through them and that you will speak. You call them out on their bullshit. You don't muck around. But the Four of Swords, that's them retreating, taking rest, trying to think of how to come through, because they know that they can't come through like they used to. They need to make change if they want to have any sort of friendship or anything with you. They know that they need to make change. And I think they want to, even for themselves in their own life. I don't think they're happy. But you're not there to fix them. Simple as that. Everyone knows when you do go through your own shadow side and you work on yourself, it's always things that you don't want to look at, things that you don't want to see, and things that you've kept buried for a long time. And they're the things that hurt the most, and that's what's the scariest about working on your shadow side. But I love the shadow side. If you don't work on that, you can't grow as a person. It's just going to keep repeating and repeating in them cycles. And your biggest fears, as scary as what they are, they're the things that are going to make you grow. But this person, I think, just likes to run from them. I think they've got an idea of what they need to work on. They're not silly. They see their patterns, and I think it's something that the moon has definitely lit up for them, especially at the moment. And I think you yourself, they've got a strong connection with you, that's no doubt. But I think you activate that shadow side of them and you show them what they need to work on and how they need to be. Sorry. dog's going crazy. Yeah, you activate that in them, and it's gonna take them to stop running from the fears, stop running from it, and actually work on it, because they're never really going to be able to have that proper relationship. And that's that Seven of Cups. That's that distraction, keeping themselves occupied, whether it's with other people, whether it's with work, whether it's with friends, whether it's to do with alcohol, substance abuse, anything to hide and anything to look away from them feelings and the things and that shadow side that they don't want to look at. They hide it. But you got the Page of Cups. Page of Cups and the Eight of Wands. That is communication coming through, but it's going to be small. It's nothing big. Like, I think they do this probably all the time. They come in with something small because they try to open up, and then the moment that they do, they just run again. Let's see what else we have. Wow. Told ya, King of Cups. He was under the Death card. That's that rebirth. Told ya, he's coming. If you keep doing what you're doing and don't fall back into the past, that doesn't mean that you have to stop caring. Doesn't mean that you have to stop being friends with somebody. But don't give whatever energy they're giving you and however they're, treating you, you do the same back. Like, it's equal give and take, you know what I mean? Like, you're not there to pamper to someone's needs. You're not there to give to somebody when they're not giving back to you. So if they're not giving and they want to shut you out when they go through these times of isolation and anxiety and depression and things like that, then you keep doing you and you keep living your life, because I promise you got nothing but good things coming through, and you've probably been seeing it in your life as it is, but there's definitely someone that's stable. And the moment you clear out this old energy and you just keep focusing on yourself, this King of Cups, he's going to come straight through. And that's why he wasn't coming out, because he was under the Death card. That's that rebirth. But we got another layer down, we've got the 10 Pentacles, and that's something that this person from the past can see in you, that you're stable. You're something that they've always wanted to have, is to have that home and that stability, but it's something that they can't. Something's hurt them in the past, something has gone on. Maybe it could be to do with their childhood and how they grew up, that they didn't have that love. They've never seen something stable in their life. Maybe that they got together with someone when they were younger and they really hurt them, and they've never overcome it. They've never really looked at what happened and really understood it or let themselves understand it and sit with that emotion. But you got Judgment that's fallen down on it with the High Priestess. I think you both know that it is a strong connection that you have had, and when it comes to somebody like this, especially this past person, you have a connection with somebody and they just don't linger around for no reason. There's a strong love there and a strong connection and a bond, and you probably were really good together when you were, but they definitely run, and that's their way that they cope with things. The moment they feel something and the moment things become that 10 of Pentacles, that stable stability that they really want, they run, because they don't know how to cope with it any other way. It's the way they live their life. It's the way that they've done things. They've never really, I don't think, ever had someone that is loyal and that is strong and that sees every side of them. And you definitely can see straight through them. You know them to the core, straight down to their soul, and that's what the High Priestess is. You can see through all their illusions. You can see the hurt, and I think a lot of people, when they can see that, especially when you've got a really kind heart and a kind soul, you want to help them and you feel sorry and you want to fix them, but that only hurts yourself in return, and you don't want that. But the sun's definitely lighting up everything that they've done, all their patterns, all the lies and the things, the manipulation that they've done, probably not just to you, but throughout their life. They're starting to see that what they've been doing isn't working in their life. They need to make change. And then you got the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is all about sort of wanting that support, wanting that love, wanting that security in your life, something more stable. But, like I say, you don't work on that shadow. Yeah. You got the Fool. You've definitely got that new beginning coming through. But this person's trying to manifest things. They're trying to make change. They're trying to manifest you back through. They've felt the difference. They've felt the change in you. They can feel that you've disconnected and you're not there like you used to be all the time. You're not there for their beck and call all the time. You're different, and they can definitely sense it. And when you've got a really strong connection, you can feel each other and you can have that understanding with each other. And I think they know that you're not there the same as what you used to be anymore. But they're definitely trying to manifest you back in. But I think you're manifesting something different. I think you want change. You want someone that's more stable. You want this King of Cups. You want someone that gives you the love that you deserve. And I'm telling you, he's coming. Because look, you got the Lovers. You know, this could be as well this past person that comes through and they do actually open up and they do show you that love and they do express it. And I think this is part of this person's karmic lesson, is to express how they feel and not keep hiding it and not keep running from it. And I think that's where you're the catalyst for it. But at the same time, you can sit there and you can listen and you can have understanding for it, but it doesn't mean you have to have a relationship with them. Because I feel, and I feel within the energy and the difference between the two of them is that this person will come through. They'll come to their breaking point and they will express that love and they will express how much you mean to them. But at the same time, I think that if you went into a relationship with them, that they will revert back to how they've always been, because they haven't learnt their lessons. They haven't, it's just going to be the same karmic cycle that'll keep on just shaping around. And that's their thing, is the moment they feel too much, the moment too much stress, they run and they find a distraction. And I think that's what they'll constantly keep doing. But Justice is here. Justice is going to even out the scales. Justice is going to bring through what you deserve and what you need. And it definitely, you got the Four of Cups. Definitely not this past person. This past person, I don't think is going to change. I think this is that cycle that's going to end. And that's why the Death card's at the bottom. This cycle of the past person is it's gonna fade out. I don't think they're gonna have, they call it a spiritual awakening. Fuck, I can't say my words. But I don't think that they're gonna have that awakening early enough. I think they'll have it once they realise that they've lost you. And that's where this King of Cups, I think, will come in beforehand. It'll be someone that's you're gonna have that strong connection with, and they're gonna feel like home to you, and they're gonna come in and they're gonna be an actual stable, proper relationship and something that you've always wanted. And I think when he comes through and you've moved on, is when this person is gonna actually realise that they lost the best thing that they ever had, and the one person that ever made them happy, that ever understood them. But it's a lesson to learn, not to hold back. Don't hold back how you feel. Go for it. Life's short. Got the Page of Swords, Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands. That's our heavy burden starting to break. But look, then it goes back into Five of Wands, conflicts, and they just fight with themselves in their head. You're definitely their wish fulfillment. You're everything that they've always wanted. But, you know, and they're watching and they're getting clarity on it. They know. They're not silly. They understand the connection just the same as you do. But this is all they do. It always reverts back to going back to that conflict in their head and round and that anxiety and that fear just gets to them too much, just takes over. But here, King of Wands, that's that new person, that strong, confident, masculine. You know, they're going to come through and they're going to be the ones that are going to stand up, and they're going to be the ones that are going to take the reins. And I don't think that you'll look back at this past person once this King of Wands comes through. They're confident. They're confident, and they've definitely got that King of Cups love that they can give and they can show, and it's going to be a stable, strong relationship, and it's going to be something that you've always wanted. And it's something that you've always probably wanted from this past person, just that they've never been able to properly show it. And I think that's something that's caused a lot of conflict within probably your relationship, and I think you've waited for a long time for this person to grow, and you kind of probably hoped that in times when you weren't in contact, that they would have woke up and realised the connection and realised how much you meant to them. And don't get me wrong, I think they know how much you mean to them, but they're just not strong enough to be able to overcome them fears and that past hurt. They haven't worked through it. But I think they're going to reach out, because the Nine of Wands wants to keep popping back out. And I think when they get that build up and they can't hide for much longer is, look there, Ten of Wands. That's when they reach out. That's what they always do. They reach out and they feel it all. They feel the connection. They feel how close you guys are, and probably how much you are alike. And you are the one that makes them happy, and you're the one that really understands them out of anyone. But they don't understand it. They don't understand the feelings, and then they run. But you got the Ten of Cups at the bottom, and that's what you want. Look, you got the Empress and the Devil. Someone is obsessed with you, or they're going to be, because you are definitely in that Empress energy. You just radiate it. You've got confidence. You're strong. You know what you want in life, and people are attracted to people that have that energy about them, that are confident, and that they not settling for anything less. Someone's going to come through with that Page of Pentacles. Come through, give you a small offer. A little under your Ten of Cups is that Seven of Swords. That's what you don't want no more. You don't want someone that's inconsistent and don't know what they want out of life. You've done a lot of work on yourself, and you know where you're going, and you know what you want, and stick to it. Don't let anyone bring you back down to where you've been. Thanks. Bye.